Boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes. Why are we talking about boats and hoes?
We're not. We're
Okay.
talking about
Oh,
real life stuff.
yeah. Speaking of real life stuff, bring your microphone 2 inches closer to you.
How's that?
I don't know. We'll find out when we edit and listen to it.
How's that?
That's louder.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably good.
All right.
Leave it right there.
I've moved it like 3 inches.
Okay, fine. 3. I was close. I said 2, but three's close enough. All right.
4 inches
Hey,
is fine.
welcome to beer.
Cracked. Check out my cup tonight.
That was messy. A skydiving podcast.
It's huge.
Huge.
Huge. Huge.
It's bigly.
It's
Bigly.
huge. It's gonna be.
Mm.
It's gonna be amazing. It's huge.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. Let's not. We don't need to
Can't
talk
wait
about
for the new
politics.
Secretary of Education to get in so we can do some real.
Dude, how about the new Attorney General?
I want to see her do the what Goldberg used to do, the spear.
Goldberg.
Wasn't he
Ginsburg?
in it? Was he
Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Was WWE? Wasn't he Goldberg
Oh,
WWE?
you're talking. I don't know. I never followed wrestling.
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I thought you were talking about like important people in the world, not
I'm
wrestlers.
not. I'm not because the new Secretary of Education is human,
Are we sure?
but she's part of the McMahon clan.
Yeah, I saw that.
Super qualified for the position.
Well, same with the Attorney General. I don't know if you're familiar with that appointment.
No,
but,
who did we get appointed?
with trying to give it to you without being political.
Well, just say who it is. I don't give a shit. I mean, either way, doesn't matter what I think. What's done is done.
Yeah, Matt Gates, guy who
Oh my god!
decided to Venmo underage girls to have sex with him.
Jesus, dude,
that's-
I don't understand, man.
I don't.
You know what? You know what's gonna happen is P Diddy will get a pardon next.
Well,
I pardon P Diddy.
Gates is the
we're
white P
pals.
Diddy, so
Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. There's not a
Yeah.
whole lot I can do about it.
no, there isn't. But you know what we can do?
Drink beer and jump out of planes and base jump and nobody can tell us shit.
We can move to Switzerland, France,
dude.
or Italy,
Um,
and just jump off of shit.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I'd go to Switzerland's so expensive, dude.
Eiger, though, it's got the Eiger. That's like the Mecca.
That's okay. No, I mean
It's the Mecca.
Brento in Italy. I'm saying
We
I'd
got the
move somewhere more
Dolomites in
central.
Italy too.
I think I'd move somewhere like central, like
France, Spain.
Venice, or like if I had money, somewhere in the center, so I could, steal jump in Brento, etc., and then drive up to Lauterbrunnen.
That's Germany. Lauterbrunnen. Is that Germany?
No, it's Lauterbrunnen Valley in Switzerland.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, Lauterbrunnen Valley. That's where a lot of people go to base jump. That's where I was supposed to go before. It wasn't my fault. It was the equipment.
Hmm.
It be surged and I broke my heel.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I was supposed to go there in Brento. Didn't make it.
Let's do it.
Oh, dude, I would love to. It's expensive, super expensive.
Fuck it. You only live once. Let's do it.
I know, but I don't have that kind of money.
Sure. Take out a loan. Whatever. Fuck it.
We won't talk about that. I have a lot of cool shit, and it's just because I'm financially irresponsible.
Dude, I just a couple days ago paid off all of my credit card debt. Like,
I hate you.
it is gone. Like, done. 100% completely paid off. I am so happy.
I've done it before. I'll do it again someday. I had zero debt at one point. None.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have an ex-wife that royally fucked me. And
mine didn't have anything to do with that.
mine had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Like identity theft. Like she stole my identity and like.
Oh,
whacked
no
it,
way.
like, Like, oh no, dude,
Oh
like
no, that's fucking
totally
nuts.
fucked.
That's nuts.
So like, it's all done. It's gone.
Yeah. Well, you can't
Washed
do
my
anything
hands of
to.
it.
Yep, can't do anything to change that.
What are you drinking?
I'll give you three guesses. The first two guesses don't count.
It's a margarita,
Yes, sir.
pre-mixed.
Pre-mixed marg. I have unpre-mixed, but then I always make it too stout.
A little too strong.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. My wife bought it. It's a sour. I like sours. Call me a bitch. Whatever. I like sours.
Sours aren't bad. I like
Uh,
seltzers too. I don't give. Listen, I'm 43 years old. I don't give a fuck what you drink. Like, if I want to go out and drink a High Noon or a fucking White Claw, eat shit. That's what I'm drinking because I want to.
Dude, I saw your thing on Facebook about the IPA. It was like,
Oh yeah,
hey man, try
I
this
hate
IPA. I
IPA.
think you'll like it. And dude just chucks it in the fucking ocean.
Oh my god, there's another good one I have. I'll try to find it. I'll send it to you.
I'm not an IPA fan. I can do like a hazy IPA, but
Yeah,
like I'm not an IPA fan.
yeah. I'm not really a beer fan anymore. Anyway, like I don't drink a lot of beer. It just makes me full.
It makes me fat. I joined a gym.
Well, that's good. I've lost some pounds.
I haven't. I've gained 15 in like the last 2 months. Yeah.
Dude, you better slow it down, pal.
Well, I think like that's ridiculous. So like I'm talking to like doctors and stuff. Like we're doing blood work and like seeing if there's something
Are
wrong
you
with me.
counting your calories?
No.
Well, then how do you know what you're consuming?
Well, I don't know
Exactly.
what I'm consuming hasn't changed, but I have gained 15 pounds in like 2 months.
Calorie in, calorie out, dude.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah. Well,
cannot break the law of thermodynamics. Period. Period. It's calories in. I can't do a good Don.
your thyroid can say differently from
That's
what I
true. Your
understand.
thyroid could be fucked up. That's about
So
the only exception.
that's what we're looking at. We're
Even
seeing
then,
maybe there's
even
something wrong
then,
with my
if you
thyroid.
consume way less calories than you burn, then you're bound to lose weight.
Well, yeah. Anyways, I joined a gym. I'm on like a 4 month program with a trainer and like all kinds of crap and
It's a lifetime. Just get used to it. From here on out, you're working out, dude.
yeah.
That's
All
it.
right, fine,
Done.
fine. Yeah.
It's not a diet. It's not a
I bought-
diet.
I bought the Bowflex. I got the Bowflex. Like I'm ready. I'm good to go.
You're gonna be like that guy in the commercial. Remember the old Bowflex commercials?
I do. Dude was so ripped. Dude, my dad had a Bowflex when I was a kid. That's why I got the Bowflex. So like I'm familiar with it, right? You know, like it's comfortable to me.
It's nostalgic.
But like yeah, bought the Bowflex. We got a punching bag. We got a treadmill. We got that mirror thing. Do you know what the mirror is? It's
Yes,
like
I know what the mirror is.
it's like
You son of a bitch.
it's like Peloton, but like with a mirror. It's like
Yep.
you know you can do
Yep, I
fucking
know what it is.
things.
Does it got the? Is it the resistance one where you can?
No, you're thinking of the tonal. No,
That's
this
it, yeah.
this is just a mirror that's like internet connected, and you can like do live classes and shit.
Kind of
Whatever.
like the Peloton.
Yeah, I like the Peloton, but it's a mirror. It's not a bike. It just sits against your wall. It's a fucking smart mirror. I don't know. Whatever. I got it for Erica a couple years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, I'm a fat piece of shit, and
No, you're not.
that's where we're going. So yeah. No.
Don't you remember? Okay, this
bad,
is gonna
though.
be kicking. It's gonna be kicking one. We're gonna have bullshit for a whole hour. Anyway, do you remember? Is it Stuart Smalley, the guy from Saturday Night Live?
You're thinking Mad TV.
No, that's Stuart. Now, who's the other guy from? Oh, and gosh darn it, people like me.
Oh yeah.
I'm Smiley or
Was it Farley that played the character?
no? It was
Who was it? Spade? Who was it?
gosh darn it, I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me.
I know exactly. I can't picture it though. I know exactly what you're talking about though.
There it is.
And then,
I'll make sure I don't leave it on either. But that's
oh yeah, and then they
yeah.
ripped it off in that. They ripped it off in that Precious movie.
Gosh darn it, people like me. It was the SNL character. Do you know this dude's wife shot him? Is that who this is? Oh no, maybe is it this guy? No, this is what's his name? He was a senator too at one point.
No, I didn't know that.
Who am I thinking of that his wife shot him? I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
I don't know. Yeah. I know the answer to this, but any jumps?
No.
Me either.
I wish, man. I still haven't packed my base rig since, like we talked last week.
Since Bridge Day?
No.
Oh, no, the jump after. Yeah.
It's literally still in my stash bag, which is totally bad. Don't do that. Work has been brutal.
What? We can edit this out. What do you do? Like, what do you do for a job? Like, I don't even, like, I feel like we're good friends. Or at least becoming good friends. I have no idea what you do. What the fuck do you do?
Mostly adult babysitting.
Hmm.
No, I'm a project manager for a communications company.
And you just work at home with like 6 computer screens in front of your face
dude.
all the time?
Yep. Yeah,
Can you condense those screens down to one?
Oh, hell no.
Can you travel and work? No.
I mean, I can, but it's painful with one little laptop screen.
Well, I mean, yeah, like bare minimum though. Like, can you get your work done and travel?
Technically, I could, yeah. As long as I don't have, like, I spent most of my day today in between meetings and firing off emails and returning people's messages, just invoicing and billing. Like, you want to talk about spreadsheets, man? I can tell you about spreadsheets.
I used to work for the IRS. I can tell you about spreadsheets, dude.
Oh, God. It's disgusting.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Fine. Yeah. All right. I was just curious. I didn't know if you
so
wanted
I
to-
mean, I have a national account that I'm basically the lead for. It's one of the major healthcare companies.
Who would have thought? Like
Three letters.
face piercings and face tattoos, and you're like in charge of shit.
Oh, dude. You know how many
Who
times
would have
people
thought?
yeah. Nobody really ever says anything when they meet me for the first time.
It's because you're
Because I've talked to a lot of these people I've talked to for years, just over the phone through meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
And then they see you for the first time and like, oh,
Don't
yeah,
worry.
that makes sense.
That makes sense. You're out of your mind. Don't worry, you can deal with this shit. But
That's awesome.
it's not bad, man. Yeah. It's telecommunications industry, so
All right.
we do network infrastructure, cabling infrastructure, network installing infrastructure, and maintenance, and it's an industry of ebbs and flows, and this just happens to be a flow, man. So,
Well, that's good. May it always flow.
no, I would like ebbs.
You would like some ebbs.
I
All
would
right.
like some ebbs.
All right. Well, I haven't jumped either.
Yeah. Let's see.
We're hoping to go to Orange.
Well, no.
Like leave tomorrow, right? Like what's the deal?
They said they're flying, but
If we're driving that far, we gotta make it like it's gotta be worth it.
yeah, I'm not driving that far, dude. They were supposed to have a Casa coming or something like that.
What?
They were supposed to have a Casa coming.
What's
It's kind
a
of like, you ever
Casa?
know, it's kind of like a Sky Van. You know what a Sky Van is?
Yeah.
The big giant plane that the door opens to the inside and it's real wide and you can run out of it.
Yeah.
Casa, similar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that coming? Like,
No, because they were doing the cost of it to bring it to the DZ. They were supposed to be doing some military training and stuff with it,
yeah.
and they canceled, so they had to cancel the plane altogether.
So did they cancel because of the weather?
Well, they canceled earlier in the week because the military stuff didn't go, and they couldn't afford.
Well, right, but because of the
Uh,
weather. Like, is that because of the weather? Do you know, or was it?
no, I have no idea.
Oh,
Ops are canceled tomorrow, Friday. No, that's tomorrow, due to cloud and wind forecast. Told you, dude.
yeah.
Weather.com or windy.com. Don't go to weather.com. It's windy.com, dude. Skylab turned me on to this, and like I'm obsessed with using it every day to look at the winds and forecast. And
Well, the last thing that you sent me, um, other than the clouds, I think they were saying like the ceilings were 4,700 or something like that for Saturday.
in the morning they were 78, 48 to 78, and then at like
Yeah,
1 p.m. it looked like it was gonna move out. But regardless,
but like
the
the winds were
not super great.
no, not great, but
Saturday's
doable.
gonna be, dude. Saturday's gonna be shit, bro.
All right, so we're not going.
Cloudy, rainy. It says 12 to 14, up to 15, steady, but gusting almost 30 miles an hour. So it's
So
not worth.
yeah, so gusting to 30 is something that I would, if it were SPA, I would drive down. Like if it were a day that I
Seriously,
what?
you would drive down gusting 30 miles an hour.
Yes, and here's why. Because there have been days when it was forecasted to gust 30 that it didn't, and I could jump. I'm not jumping if it's gusting 30, but in my
Come on, drive,
experience,
man. To have
in
your fingers crossed.
yeah, but what else am I doing? If it's a day that I can go jump, you know what I mean? Like if I can bust one out, I'm gonna bust one out. Um, but there have been several times when the winds were forecasted to be, gusting 30, gusting 27, gusting 25, where I went down there and I could still jump. There was that one Sunday that I went down and you were like, "Man, don't go down." Like, "Oh, is Ellison
It
going to be
wasn't
there?"
worth it. I mean, I mean, that's a
It
decision.
was
I guess.
for me.
You got your
I
license, you
got
can jump whatever you want. But
I got two
like, for
jumps
me, I
in.
don't. It's not like I have 10,000 jumps, but like I get almost 1,000 skydives, and
Well,
like is it
I
really? To me, I'm
I
like, there's a chance that it's gusting like 25 to 30. It's not worth it for me to drive up there and sit.
yeah. Well,
If I have something to do, right? If not, then I'll come up with just bullshit.
right, and that's kind of where I'm at. So I was like, well, if it's forecasted to gust 30, but maybe it's only gusting 20, I'll jump if it's gusting 20. I'm not going to jump if it's gusting 30, but that's worth it for me to drive the hour down there to see for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Personal preference. Can't.
It's not worth driving to Virginia for, but it's
Depending
worth
on
the
which
drive the hour and
direction,
see if I
depending on
can
which
do it or not.
direction the wind's coming at it too. At least for me, like if it's coming out of the
Yeah.
southeast,
No, that's no good.
then I'm down.
Yeah,
'Cause
I hate landing
you know, like
southeast.
landing south, or like landing southeast. Why? That's like over the hangar.
It's over those trees and over the hangar, and
You don't have to
I
do that.
you don't have to, but like I don't like every time I go over those trees, it's a fight to not go too far and be at the right altitude and still land in the field and not hit the fence or land on the other side of the fence by the runway. It's just too much stuff. It's too much stuff. You know what I
I,
mean?
I don't, because hold
It's
on,
the wrong sight picture, man. Like
hold on. Let me show you
I,
something.
I just haven't done it enough to be comfortable with it.
Let me show you something here.
And the wind only goes that way in the fall.
Well, this is the direction you want to land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either
Yes.
east or southeast.
So right now Joe's
You
got
can land
a
in just straight
got
east.
got a like a Google Maps thing up of the Skydive Pennsylvania DZ,
Yeah.
the landing zone. Yeah, yeah, you're exactly right. That is the way that you want to land. Yes.
You don't even have to. I mean, just fucking boom, stay right here. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, but then you're not landing southeast if you do it that way.
I'm saying if you're landing straight east, you could do that route. If you're
Well,
landing,
yeah, if you wanna do a crosswind, yeah, you could.
no,
But
I'm saying if you're landing east, just straight east, you could just boom, boom,
well, yeah,
and
but
you
if
got
the winds
all
are from
this.
the southeast, then it's gonna be a crosswind landing.
Yeah, this crosswind's not that bad, dude.
No, it's not that
There's
bad.
almost always some sort of crosswind here.
I
Almost
agree.
always.
I agree. I'm just saying I have not landed that way at that drop zone enough times to feel comfortable with it. And
That's right.
every time I do, it's just like a little hairy. It's like I mean, it's fine. Every time I've done it, it's been fine. Um there haven't been any issues, but it's just all like it's not comfortable. Like
I
I don't
got you. It's,
you know
I,
what I
got
mean?
you. I understand. I mean, I don't understand. Like, but if it's, if
I
it's,
don't understand.
I don't
Uh
understand, but I do. I guess you don't like to land that way. I don't
I
land
just
that
don't
way.
like to land. It's just I like to land west. I want to go west.
You want to
So
land
like
this way?
yes, 100% of the time. I want to come. I want to do my downwind along the fence. I want to do
Gross.
my. I want to do my base along the tree line, and I want to
You're,
do my final right
you're a
into that
sadist.
circle.
You're a sadist, dude.
Why?
Because all this shit, you got turbulence and shit off of these trees and the hangar and shit every jump. Man,
But
it
you've
comes
got
out.
you've
It
got
comes out. You get
turbulence
right here.
everywhere.
You get right here. You get hit by the turbulence and you drop.
You've got
I'm like,
turbulence everywhere you go.
no, you don't. Not this
I
way.
hit I hit my tailbone going west.
This way.
What coming coming?
That was your fault. Come on.
I was 10 feet off the ground and there was just no wind and I fell. That was not my fault.
that, what's that have to do with the wind direction though?
I'm just saying the wind stopped. It was not my fault. And going south
Can I ask you a question?
every time I get below the tree level, the wind just dies and I have zero penetration and I just go straight
Let me
down.
ask you a question. Have you
Like
ever heard of the book by Brian Germain?
above all else.
No,
Oh no,
that's
that's Dan
Dan
BC.
Brodski.
Yeah, that's Dan BC. What book is
It's
did
called
Brian write?
The Canopy.
Oh, the
And
canopy and its pilot.
its pilot
Yeah.
would indicate somebody's flying it.
Yeah. Okay, yes. I understand that.
I'll bust your balls, dude.
Hey, you're the one that did my canopy course, so if anything, you're busting your own balls, bro.
Not really. I had you stand up landing. No step landing on like the last jump, dude. It was like boop. Come on.
I
have it
can do
on
that.
video. I can prove it.
There are times that I do that.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of times that I don't do that. It's literally 50-50.
Honestly, dude, you got a pretty old canopy too. The flare's got to be not super awesome on that.
Do you think that might be the problem?
I
Like
mean,
for
it's
real?
got like probably it's got 1,000 jumps on it or something, right? By now, it's got
I
a
have
couple
no
like
idea.
that.
That's part of the problem. No one knows how many jumps it has.
Yeah, I mean, it could be just worked. You know,
Yeah, I mean maybe I would
what
I
size
would
is it?
what?
What size is it?
It's a 188.
You should try to jump in my 1X 170.
All right, I'll do it.
It's dude, that thing's got amazing flare.
Stop sharing your screen because it messes with
Yeah,
the
all right,
video.
you're right. God, fuck.
Um,
Anyway,
I'm just
that's what I'm
reminding
talking
you.
about.
But actually, no, I'm really glad that you said that because I'm really frustrated with my landings. Like really frustrated. Some of them are perfect. Some of them like there is no in between. It's either perfect or I eat shit. And
Honestly, I don't
I
think
don't
it
know
has
why.
to do with it. I think it just has to do with whatever headspace you're in, where you decide to flare or not. You
see,
know,
I don't think it is because I have the same sight picture every single time.
I know, but the winds are
Like
always a little different, right? And your pattern's always going to be a little bit different.
yeah, but
If you have a strong, like steady, say 12 to 15 miles per hour on your final is going to be like super short. You know,
yeah,
your downwind is going to be super long. You
yeah,
know, it's going to be long. You know, so and that could be from I don't have the picture up anymore, but that could be from any direction of the LZ, right?
Right.
and your canopy is going to act different depending on which way the wind's coming from too. You know, southeast, it's clean. If it's coming from the west, you're going to get turbulence and rollers off off the trees and the hanger. So you
What
just
I
gotta
hear,
get your canopy is old,
what I
but
hear you saying is that I need to downsize to a 170.
no. The only reason I suggest that you should jump mine because one, it's brand new. Two, it's a very fairly docile canopy. It's a wingsuit canopy. It's got awesome flare, and your 188. Nobody knows. You're gonna have 1,000 jumps on it. You know, not saying it's bad,
Yeah.
but the flare probably is not as effective as it once was.
Yeah, I mean, and that makes perfect sense. And that is not something that I thought about. And just the inconsistency of my landings makes me feel like it can't be me because I am consistent. I used to be a pilot. Like I can land airplane. Like this shouldn't be as hard as it is for me. Um and just the inconsistency of it. Like it doesn't make sense. Um so I'm really glad that you said that. That might be the case. I mean, luckily I haven't been hurt, you know. But
Yeah.
like, you know, probably 50% of the time I eat shit. And I don't think I'm doing anything different. I
Well,
really
dude,
don't.
let's be honest. You have 105-ish,
Yeah, something like that.
right?
Yeah,
And the
maybe
first, how many of those were on rental gear and student gear?
40.
Half of them. So we'll
Uh
just say half, right?
yeah.
So you have 50 jumps on your setup, dude, and not even that on the canopy, right? Because you jumped a different canopy. Did you jump that rig with a different canopy first? No, because it came
No.
with the Spectre
No.
150.
Yeah, I came with one.
Yeah. Well,
But
let's just
I
say, so you have 50 jumps on that canopy, dude.
but I did jump it for probably 30 jumps with brake lines that were 8 inches too short.
Yeah. So,
And I had to have them like
yeah, I mean, so
I mean, I don't know.
realistically, we'll be fair. You have 30 jumps on it where your brake lines are set correctly. That's not enough jumps to know exactly how your canopy is going to react in varied wind directions and wind conditions.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, I
That's
agree.
not gonna. You're not gonna be accuracy due to the year with 30 jumps on a certain canopy,
Yeah.
right? Especially
All
when
right.
we have 105 jumps.
I will tell my
I'm due
wife
for a
that
canopy course too, man. Like an advanced canopy course.
I will tell my wife that you are now her best friend and that you talked me out of buying a new canopy. Like
Buy a new canopy. Buy a new canopy. Sorry, Erica. Buy a new canopy, dude. Just buy a new canopy, or buy like a
uh
newer used canopy, like something that's got like 100 or 200 jumps on it.
I
That's
don't
like
want to. I want to buy a
that's
base rig.
manufactured post 2013. You know.
I want to buy a base rig before I buy a new skydiver rig.
Mm. Well, you don't have to buy a new rig. Just buy a new canopy.
Well, I want to buy a base rig before I buy any new skydiving stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
What's your
All right.
intention with base jumping?
Uh,
You just gonna give it a go for first, just like bridges.
well, well, no.
You
So
probably should progress, but I just try to like think about how to recommend what kind of rig to get, right?
So I was thinking about this today. The whole reason that I'm skydiving is because when I turned 40, Eric and I had a conversation about bucket list stuff, and I said I want to fly a wingsuit. And so she,
Got
paid
your A
for,
license.
yep, got me my A license and all that kind of stuff. But what I didn't realize was that one, it took 200 jumps to be able to even jump out of an airplane with a wingsuit.
Mm-hmm.
But also, what I didn't realize was that I don't want to jump out of an airplane with a wingsuit. I want to jump off of a fucking cliff with a wingsuit.
Well,
So,
unfortunately, to get there, you're gonna have to jump out of planes.
well, yes, but
Very, very large amount of times.
yeah. So like that. That's where I'm at. So like, I I didn't know what I didn't know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, no, we
And
definitely don't know.
and
Are you moving your mic around a lot?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it sounds like there's thunder in the background.
Oh no, I just farted.
Thank God they never created smell-o-vision.
You heard that? You heard the seat
I
rumble?
did not. It was definitely you doing this with your microphone.
Can you hear that? Like right
Yeah,
now? You can
yeah,
hear that?
yeah.
Oh shit! All right, I'll stop. Like as I lean forward, I'm trying to move it further away so that like it's not a
I
thing.
would
But
just leave it in one spot, dude.
all right, if you can hear it, yeah, I won't do that. All right, so okay, fine. Um, so yeah, I didn't know what I didn't know, and what I want to do, I want to huck it off a fucking cliff.
Okay, well, set your sights on 5 years from now,
That's fine.
and where everything you do, just work towards wingsuit.
Wingsuit base.
Yeah. As soon as you get to 200, start wingsuiting.
Yeah. And but like, when I told her I want to fly a wingsuit, I didn't know I wanted a wingsuit base jump. Like I didn't know that there was a difference.
You might not want a wingsuit base jump. You never know.
Well,
You might get there and be like, "Fuck this!
well,
It's scary."
so far I still want to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to back away from shit. So
No,
I mean,
man.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet.
Well, I understand that there is a progression to it. You can't just put on a wingsuit and jump off of an antenna or a cliff or like certainly not an antenna,
Or the
but
bridge to nowhere.
yeah, or like you can't do that. I understand that. Um, but that's what I want to do. Like when my youngest child, who is 11, goes to college, turns 18, goes to college, I want to go jump in the Dolomites. I want a wingsuit in the Dolomites. I want
Well,
to
that's a
fly
good
a
place
line
to do it. Brent
in
Road,
Eiger.
yeah,
Like I want to
Brent
fly a line
Road's
in
pretty
Eiger.
good.
Like I want to do that
Good place
shit.
to learn to have a first wingsuit base jump course.
Yeah.
Italy, Brazil.
Yeah.
Are two really good places.
That
There's
that
a lot of
that
vertical. There's a lot of vertical altitude.
that is my intention with trying to get into base jumping. And then just around here, like there's a bunch of antennas that I'm almost positive I could jump off of. I don't know for sure because I'm not a base jumper. I've
Are
never
you trying to
done
buy a new
but
rig? Just a brand new one.
no, it doesn't have to be brand new. No, I- I'm fine with one that's used. I've got a 20-year-old skydiving rig. Like yeah, I'm fine with used stuff. Like that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But
Well.
yeah, that's what I want to do, and I feel like we have similar goals.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, I realize I'm not a spring chicken anymore, but I also think that I'm smart enough to not take unnecessary risks.
You're good enough. You're smart enough. And gosh darn it, people like you.
Dude, you are damn right. I'm not going to be one of those 20-year-olds like hucking it off a 4-second start, but I wanna do it.
Ah, you will then.
That's the plan.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Just realize it's not forever, but
I
I don't know,
I
man. I'm kind of
I realize it will be many
I have mixed
years.
feelings about it because like it's something I've thought about for so long, and I feel like like if I really push it next year, just with wingsuiting, like just focus on wingsuit training for like base specific stuff and while skydiving, flaring, all that good stuff. You know, learning how to fly fast while in control and learning the
Yeah.
absolute best range of my suit and what's the max glide ratio I can get without stalling it out. I feel like I'm pretty close to like it's attainable within the next year or two.
Well,
And I'm kind of have mixed feelings about it because it's like once I get there, like that what do I work towards? Like,
Uh,
like when I'm working on a project, I get excited about working towards it,
yeah.
you know? And then once you get to the end, I'm like, sometimes I don't want to get to the end because then, like, you know what I mean?
What's next? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
I mean, it's not like I'm not going to do it. I definitely am. I just, it's weird because it's like, shit. Because then once you do it, you
well,
know?
then there's an exit with a shorter start, or there's an exit with a longer glide. There's always something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of hoping, since you are further along than me and all of this kind of stuff, but I don't feel like you're so far along that it's unrealistic. Um, I'm kind of hoping that like we can do some base jumps together. You can kind of be like
Oh,
a
dude. Yeah,
mentor and like teach me this shit.
for sure, man. Like I said, I am not an expert. Like, but I'm
I don't think
I'm
anybody is.
I'm very confident enough with my entry level base skills and being an AFFI instructor that I could teach somebody what I know because the stuff that I know and I've learned from are people that know their shit,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
So,
and
you know what I mean.
someday,
I by no means an expert at anything, but
you know,
like to
someday
PCA you
I'll
off a bridge and say, here, this is, you know, here,
right.
this is. Forget your pattern. This is kind of what you want to do. Riding brakes till here, you know, aim
That,
about 50 feet past the target you want to hit because that's where you're going to actually land. Shit like that, you know.
that, but that's
Practicing accuracy and
that's kitty shit.
objects
Like,
avoidance drills. That shit's fun too. I like doing that stuff. I like
yeah,
just doing
but it's
object
not.
avoidance stuff.
It is fun. I like. Don't get me like. Yes, I'm sure it is. I've never jumped off a bridge, but like, I'm sure at some point you'd rather jump off a cliff than a bridge.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like,
yeah,
sure,
there's
sure,
progression. Yeah, I
you
want
would
to.
you would still be like, oh yeah, let's send it off this bridge, but if you had your
Well,
choice, you'd be
yeah,
like,
of
no, I
course,
want to
but
fly a line.
wow, yeah, that's a long ways away. But
Right.
yeah, you want to be able to pick what you want to do.
Yeah.
But the best place to start is definitely bridges.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's the safest too. If you have
Yep.
a 180 off-heading opening, then
Best
at,
place to practice
at
avoidance
least there's hopefully
drills.
nothing to hit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best place to start.
Yeah.
I still like jumping off of bridges.
Oh, I'm sure it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but it does kind of get boring after you do it 25 times in a row. So
Yeah,
then
I'm
you start doing
sure.
gainers.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Make it fun.
Yeah.
All right, but so just like the last episode, we're 40 minutes in,
That's
and we
okay.
have
We'll do maybe we can do a two-parter tonight. I don't know what kind of time you got.
no, we can do that.
Maybe this is a two-part, folks, that we will split.
All right, we can do that. We can
Um,
do that. Um, well, before since we've been talking mostly about base stuff, if you wanna do that and do a two-parter, um, what is your plan in Brazil? So, like, when are you leaving? What are you jumping off of? Like, what are you trying to do?
so we're going to first Victoria is where where we're meeting at, and then Espirito. I forget what the hell it's called. I'll pull it up. Um, but yeah, we'll fly out. I totally forgot until B was like, "Well, you remember we're flying out of. We have to drive to Washington." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like we're flying out of like DC, aren't we? I'm like, "Oh yeah, we are." So Wednesday morning on the 11th, we got to drive 4.5 hours down to Dulles, and then we catch our
Nice.
flight there and fly straight to Columbia, and we have a little layover there, and then fly to, I think
Rio.
yeah, yep. We on the way down we transfer through Rio de Janeiro, and then we pick up another flight. But I think there we have to grab our bags because they won't transfer them for us.
Oh,
But we end up in Victoria, and then we take a small plane from. So Dallas to Bogota, Colombia, Colombia to Rio de Janeiro,
Bogota.
Rio de Janeiro to Victoria, and then from Victoria we drive.
All right.
So we leave on the 11th and don't actually get there till the 12th, noon.
Okay. Cool.
It's gonna be a long 24 hours. Well, over 24 hours really.
Yeah.
You know, we got to drive. Our flight leaves at 2:20 p.m. on Wednesday, so we got to drive. I think it's like 4.5 hours, 5 hours, and then the first flight's 5.5 hours, 2 hour layover. Then next flight is 6.5 hours with a
Jeez.
4 hour layover.
Oh my
And
God.
then it's another hour, and then it's an hour flight from Rio to Victoria. And then from there, we'll stay the night there. We're staying in a hotel that's jumpable. It's a jumping building, so we'll jump that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then we'll drive 3 hours to our first destination. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna track in Brazil. Taking my tracking suit.
So even well, I mean, obviously you've got this trip planned. So we're not going this weekend. You're not going to Orange.
Nope.
You're gonna go anyways. You're gonna fly the suit and just see how it goes.
I mean, I could fly it, dude. There's no doubts that I could fly it. Like I've worked out a lot of the problems I was having.
So
Like
this weekend at Orange was just like solidify it.
I was just gonna get out, turn, and just max out as fat, as get as much glide as I could. You know,
Yeah, yeah, right on.
try to get like a 1-to-1 to 1-to-3 at least,
So
which I know
there,
I can do, man. I'm like 99% positive because most of my tracking jumps I've been just playing with like angles and speeding up and slowing down and staying stable and turning without losing as much altitude as I possibly could, stuff like that. But I haven't got out and just turned it on and kicked it on and just went for speed and glide.
so there is no concern with whether or not
No, that's why I'm going to Brazil.
it's safe.
Yeah,
Like you're
safe
you're
for
you're
me.
comfortable.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Cool.
I'm comfortable enough. Yeah, I mean, I could always track like a set of car keys. I guess Kevin, one of the guys that's going with us, he's actually staying with us at the first hotel, and he posted pictures of his tracking in Switzerland. He goes, "Here's me tracking like a set of car keys." I'm like, yeah, but it's still fun.
Yeah. As long as you have fun, as long as you don't die, you're good to go.
Yeah, man. I mean, the object of the point of even just slick tracking is just separation from the object.
Right.
Whether that's a cliff or an antenna, depending on how high it is.
Well, and that equals safety, right? Like tracking
Yeah.
is your mechanism
Yeah,
to
because
be
if
safe.
you have an off heading or line twists or something like that, you have more horizontal separation to deal with it,
Yeah.
especially if you have a 180.
Hmm.
If
Yeah.
you jump off of something that's 1,000 to 3,000 feet vertical, You got a few seconds to track, and if you can get in your track right away, get into that position subterminally, because there's like a weird, I guess I would call it kind of a, I've never tracked terminal other than out of a plane, but I've been,
like a buffer.
I've, yeah, like I think, I don't know how long, there's like you hit subterminal where you're not quite free falling, you're not terminal, you're not quite terminal, it's just that in between. I feel like it's gonna be like a little spongy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you kind of gotta have your exits dialed in and be in that tracking position for when you hit subterminal, so you can start flying as quickly as possible.
So the exits that you're going to be doing, what, like you see people throwing a rock over, counting until
That's a rock drop. Yeah, that's
or like, are you going to do like laser stuff? Like, how many seconds do you have before
where we're
you
going.
need
I don't know.
before
I don't
you
know
need
what.
to start?
Yeah, I don't know where the Talus starts at. I'm not sure.
So on with your two-piece tracking suit, how many seconds do you need to start?
I don't know either. I don't know anything about Brazil. That's why I'm going with somebody that's
Well, no,
very
I
experienced.
mean,
And,
just like you've flown the suit,
yeah,
so
you asking like
like when does it start? How long after you jump does it start? Start
as soon
flying.
as you get the subterminal, you can start sort of flying, right? As soon as you get subterminal and your suit starts to inflate, then you can manipulate it to start flying. Right? There's a couple seconds there where there's dead
Nothing.
air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a regular slick poised base jump exit.
Yeah.
You know.
So I recently, just a couple days ago, I watched a documentary about his last name was Strange, Josh.
Strange?
Yeah, Josh Strange, something like that. He's a base jumper. Like he did like a
What
whole
if I've
bunch
seen
of.
that one?
He was a friend of Trevor Jacob, the guy that did a bunch of stupid shit with an airplane. Um, anyways, he went in on a jump. And it was I think you had 6 seconds. Like you needed to
Josh
be
Strange.
Josh Strange. You needed to be flying within 6 seconds, otherwise you were going
That's
in.
a long time, dude.
Well, something happened. Like he
Was it a
didn't.
wingsuit?
Yeah, it was a wingsuit.
Well,
And winds were a little off. He had a bad exit, and the winds were off, and like he
how
went
many
in.
trips did he have? It was probably on the BFL, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
They'll tell you everything. Well, most. I don't think they know. Everybody knows exactly everything, but
But from he was jumping with a guy named Alex something. Anyways, it it seems like the start time, like whatever you're jumping from, there's a number of seconds that you need to be flying by,
that's probably when you're.
otherwise you're going in.
Yeah, there's a talus. There's going to be a talus that's coming up, or just the ground.
Yeah,
Right? Most of the time when you're wingsuiting, there's going to be a point where it hits they call it the talus, right? The talus starts. You got to be able to outfly that, right? So if that talus starts at 5 seconds or 6 seconds, and you need to be flying in 3, well, you better have a good exit, and you better be fucking flying in 3.
or you don't
But
jump
you're not
that
going to make
exit.
it, right?
Yeah,
Even if you try to emergency pull, you're not going to make it.
right.
You know?
So it and because I've never base jumped, and because I don't know anything about base jumping,
There it is.
really,
Number 500 finally got posted.
did it?
Yep.
Yeah. That was,
I heard somebody took it.
yeah. It went around the internet.
Wingsuit.
But it seems like everybody's talking about starting. Like, how many seconds to start? How many seconds do you have? And then how many seconds can you start in? So like say you have 8 seconds like before you're gonna go in, right?
Talus? Yeah.
Yeah.
That also,
So that means you need to be able to start. You need to be able to start flying, right? That's what that means, right? Start. You need to be able to start horizontal movement before 6 seconds.
dude, I
Like
am
like
not
how
the
do
expert,
like
but I'm
how do
gonna
you know
say
this?
it's gonna depend on
Like
how
how do you
experienced
know
you
this
are,
stuff?
what kind of suit you have, how quickly can it start, how quickly can it start flying, right?
Well, but you should know this stuff is what I'm saying. Like you should know this
I
beforehand.
should know this stuff. No,
Anybody who's jumping off of something, you should know how fast you can start in a particular suit, right? Or
you'll
not?
have an idea. You'd have an idea, and that's why you go somewhere like Brento or Brazil to do your first wingsuit base jump course with somebody reputable, because then you have extra altitude, to get
Yeah.
flying. And
And that's also what like the flight site data is for. Like it tells you
yeah,
I've done this jump 20 times. This was my best performance. This was my worst performance.
yeah,
So
it gives
on
you the
on on the
metrics.
on the absolute worst day, I know I can do this. So that means if this other
If you're base
jump,
jumping, if you're base
yeah,
jumping that, yes, but before you do that, you won't know that because you're flying your stuff out of a plane. The best you're going to get from
right.
flying out of a plane is going to be, your max glide ratio, your speed, your dive angle, vertical descent speeds, and stuff like that. You can get all that data, but you can't practice an exit from a cliff.
Well, right.
Skydiving, to
But
my knowledge.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have wingsuit base jumpers use the fly site to get sort of like an average. Like they do the same exit, they
There
do
was
the
no
same
fly sight
jump.
when people started wingsuit base,
Well, no, there
dude.
wasn't, but now there is, so they use it
Some
now.
guys don't even use it now.
All right, fine. Everything I
Well,
was saying is stupid.
I'm telling you, some people don't use it now. It just
All right.
depends. Some guys, you'll hear it from somebody that's been around a really long time. Some guys are super calculated and all about the numbers, and there's some guys are just like, I've jumped stuff just like this before. I'm going to be fine, and send it.
About the visuals.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, because they're
Yeah.
experienced, they're confident. You know, I'm
All
not
right.
the expert.
Well, before we end this episode, how do you know personally, you yourself, when you get to Brazil and you're standing at the exit point in your two-piece tracking suit, how do you know that you can do it?
Because I've flown it before and I've base jumped 100 times. I know how to exit. I know I know how much momentum carries through whenever you exit, right? Especially like a running exit. If you have too much
Sure. Yeah.
forward launch on your exit, you're gonna start going head down. If you have,
Right. Your position's gonna be
not
bad.
enough, it's also the angle too, right?
Right. You
If
gotta
you
have
want
that angle.
Yeah, so the exits will be different, which is another reason why I'm going to learn. But I have enough concept and I think an experience of exiting other different objects to know what angle is going to send me in what pitch degree, whatever.
Yeah.
Like if I launch at a 45 and I just push up real hard and out,
Well, you're just kind of
I might not even do that. I might, if I don't get much launch forward and I just jump up, when I start free falling, I might be feet low,
yeah.
head high, it'd be head high. If I get out there and I launch and my launching degree or whatever you want to call it is not particularly pushed at a 45 or a little bit less, once I start falling, I might be head low because I pushed too hard. I launched at a too low of an angle.
Have you listened to the latest Exit Point podcast?
I have, man. I've been wanting to catch up on the exit point. My
Oh.
work has been so busy.
So,
Like,
so it came out today, and it was with this French guy named Peter. I don't remember his last name, but he is the guy with the electric jet engines on a wing.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
and he was talking about the angles for the exit and how it was different and how he actually angled either 90 degrees, like he jumped 90 degrees from the wall, or less
Yeah.
because of like the wing or whatever. But
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting, but that has nothing to do
People
with
used
anything
to
that we're
when they
talking
people
about.
used some people when they first started, like if you look at early wingsuit base jumping videos, you'll see guys launching like this
Yeah,
and then slowly falling into it to get their suit. Nowadays, I could be wrong, but I feel like guys are exiting more in the
more horizontal.
more horizontal into the angle that you want to start flying at.
Yeah, so you can start faster,
Yeah,
and that's what I was kind of trying to get at, like
yeah.
earlier when I was asking about starting and like how many seconds, like how long does it take you to start, and
Well, I know
yeah,
what body
people
position
are
I need to be
jumping
into.
now at their like starting angle, so like it happens faster.
Yeah, like in a tracking suit, I'm not going to do a running jump and jump up like I'm trying to go for a trapeze bar, right?
Right.
It's going to be more of like I'm going to run out and jump to try to be perpendicular, right?
Yeah.
Or close there to it. So I'm not head, so I'm not going head low, but I'm not exactly head high either. And
Yeah.
then just basically you want to launch, get into that muscle memory body position that gives you the most, you know, glide and roll with it. I don't know. We'll find out, man. Like
I'm
the idea is
super
to pick up.
excited.
The idea is just like a wingsuit, velocity equals lift, right? So you need to
Yeah.
pick up some speed before you get any lift. So that's going to be also dependent on how you exit, right?
I'm super
There,
excited for you to do it.
there's probably a sweet spot that you need to exit at to get as much speed as you can and start flying as quick as you can, right? Because if you're not picking up any speed, vertically, you're not going to get any speed horizontally.
Horizontally. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea is to get more horizontal speed than you are vertical. So I'm sure there's going to be some lessons to be learned on how to exit to get a tracking suit to fly as quickly as possible,
Yeah.
and then maxing that fly out, you know, to get as much horizontal distance as you can.
So, what should we call this episode? Bullshit. Just,
Brian has to poop again.
dude, I'm telling you, like, if we continue to do it at 8 o'clock at night, this is gonna happen.
It's all
Like,
good.
it's just a thing that's gonna happen. Maybe it can just become part of the show. I don't know. Like,
No, I think we're still honing things in too, right? We always come into this with good intentions of having topics to discuss.
well, we do have a topic to discuss, but I guess
We
we're
do.
gonna
We're gonna talk about it now. We'll use it,
yeah.
next episode.
For next episode. So a little breaking the fourth wall. We're gonna say goodbye for this episode, and then we're gonna start the next one right after it.
I haven't seen anybody email us, you pricks, whoever's
No
out there.
kidding. Who
Can't even
doesn't want a visor for their
Who
G4?
doesn't want to even email a dick pic just to be a jerk?
Dude,
At least
I
we
don't.
could be excited that we got an email.
Yeah, but I don't want to see a dick pic. If you want to
I'm
send
not saying I want
titties,
to either. I'm just saying,
if you want to send titties, cool. Don't send us dicks.
you want to be.
Don't send us dicks. Screenshot the porn you're watching and send us that. But I don't want to see your dick.
I'm gonna email myself.
You're
Hey,
gonna
guys.
email yourself a dick pic.
No, just in general.
No one loves you, so you're gonna email yourself.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Ryder subscribed to us on YouTube.
That's my stepson.
I'm gonna say we have 2 subscribers.
Is it
we're
Ryder
fucking-
and Nick?
Dude, we are so popular.
Who's the other one on YouTube? Is it Nick?
I don't know. I just saw the email.
Yeah. So that is my stepson's friend, Nick. I'm like a meme with them. They
That's
like
awesome.
they go. What Nick made a video game as an assignment in school in like a coding class
Oh, really?
about me.
Nice.
Like the video game was about me. It was like my head, like flying an airplane and jumping out of it and like dodging things on the way down.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty popular with my kids and their friends.
Sweet. Dude, it's cool to be the cool dad.
I don't know that I'm the cool dad, but I know that I'm definitely the dad that does all the shit.
All right.
Whether that makes me cool or not. All right, yeah. So, dude, our numbers are going down.
Yeah, well, because we can't keep on topic.
No, that's not why. I think because of our audio issues in the beginning, people stopped listening.
Oh, really?
I think so. Because, like, our first 2 episodes have a lot of listens, and since then, they've just been going down. So, you 30 people or so, 20 to 30 people who have been listening to all of these episodes, share them with your friends, get your skydiving buddies to listen, do all the stuff. Like, tell them that it doesn't suck anymore, and that it's fixed, and everything is cool now. Make them come back, please.
Good luck.
Right? Isn't that what we should do? Otherwise, we're just talking on the phone. We're just bullshitting on the phone.
Pretty much, yeah.
And recording it at this point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody that's listening, share it with people, whether they jump or not. Like we're fun. We're funny people. We have good conversations that people should enjoy listening to. So
Yeah. I think we should start trying to share more video clips and stuff like that.
I don't think we
more
should at all,
engaging.
because I think that's hard and nobody watches the video. I think it's all audio.
Well,
We can do it as long as we describe the video. Describe it well.
this guy has red shoes on with white laces.
Oh, look, they have little wings. He thinks he can fly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be? Aussie Man reviews
Yeah.
all over again.
Shit like that. Yes, exactly like that. Yes.
Very good.
All right. So, follow us on all the social stuff. Joe said we just have 2 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure it's my stepson and his friend. So,
Yes.
go find us on YouTube. We post the videos on YouTube. YouTube.com/beer a skydiving podcast. Follow us on Instagram, beer podcast 24 on
There you
Instagram.
go.
Same with X, beer podcast 24. And also on Facebook, we post the videos of the podcast there. Facebook.com/beer a skydiving podcast.
Too bad your mom's house is already taken.
Dude, I'm such a big fan of Tom.
Segura?
Like,
Yeah, he's
like
great.
Tom and Bert. I love those guys.
I can't stand Bert Kreischer. He's not funny.
Dude,
All he does is tell stories.
I
God,
like-
one time, he's fucking the machine. That's it. He's got the machine.
This time
Not
when
the
I was
machine,
22, I got involved with the Russian mafia.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm sorry. I am a
Sure,
sucker.
he's a great guy. I don't know.
am a
but,
sucker
you know,
for a good story.
I like Tom though. He's fucking funny.
So I think I relate to Bert more because he talks about his kids and how, like, his family and like just what like a shitbag he is, and like how he fucks up with his kids all the time. I
Have
love
you ever
it.
heard Tom talk about the time his kid flushed his car keys down the toilet?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's hilarious, dude.
Did
Chase
you,
me.
did you hear?
Chase me. Down the hallway. Okay, dude.
Did you hear the one where
Bert, you
Tom,
want some water?
where Tom was out of town and Christina had like rats or mice or something, and they got into like hamsters, and they got into the walls, and like she had people come in and cut holes
Oh
in their
my god.
walls.
I don't know if I saw that or heard
Yeah,
of that one.
yeah. They had people cut holes in their walls, get the hamsters out, fix them, like fix everything before Tom got home from, being on tour or like doing shows
No
or whatever.
way.
And he never even knew until she told him on the podcast. He was so
That's
pissed.
fucking
It was
awesome, man.
hilarious. It was
That's
so funny.
Awesome. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did
it
she have
was.
pictures of it and stuff? And
I don't know. I listen to podcasts in my car. Like I listen to
okay.
audio, so I don't know.
yeah, I like having a video too, but I usually listen to it while I'm working.
Yeah, no, I'm strictly audio, so I don't know. But it was hilarious. Anyways, follow us so that you can tell all your friends about all the cool shit that we do. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Let's
We'll be right back after this sponsored break.
Blue Skies.